been a long time. We were signed in 1998. But I see, I think earlier it was probably easy to put us in a place, and I think with this album, it's harder to define. I think the last album is very much a rock record, and I think that it'd be very difficult to describe this as just a rock record. It's probably the most dynamic record we've ever made. It's the most diverse record, and it's nice to break those rules and not make just another rock record. I mean, I love rock music, and certainly there are some rock songs in this album, but I think that the songs and the album itself have transcended that label. And I think a lot of people are going to hear this record and be surprised. That's 30 Seconds of Mercy. I didn't know. I thought it was that other thing, but it's actually, it's not. I think this is going to be a defining record for us. It was part of it. I mean, he worked on 4 songs, and I did the rest. So I have to take maybe a little credit from Steve, but he can have the rest. But he's wonderful, and we brought him back for a reason. He certainly helped make the 4 songs that he worked on. He helped make them better, and he helped make a better album overall. I've always played a really key role as far as the producing goes and the overall direction of the album. And this time it was just, it's not like a lot changed. I think we just had a little bit smaller of a team. Took about 2 years. I wrote over 70 songs, and threw most of them out, kept the best 11, and or the most appropriate 11 songs. It was written and recorded all over the world, from India to Italy to France to California. And I think that our experiences around the world, the fact that we toured for 2.5 years, played 311 shows, broke the Guinness World Record for the longest tour ever. All of those things help to define this album. Whether it's a sunset in Asia, or a sunrise in Lebanon, or walking the streets of Milan, all of those things really help to define this record and open it up and make it more of a grander, broader, deeper experience.
Love, lust, faith, dreams.
I like each of those words because they're all not even double entendres. They all have multiple meanings. I mean, you can take all of them literally or figuratively. And I also think that they're some of the most common words, but also some of the most powerful words. We all have a connection to love or lust or faith or dreams. We all have a story. We all have, incredibly important relationship to all of those words. And each of those words are used at least once in every song on the album. I kind of think about them as 4 cornerstones in life. If you don't have, you can't really live a fulfilling life without those 4 things, those ideas.
1,000 times I tempted fate, 1,000 times I played this game, 1,000 times that I have said today.
I still have a movie career. You have to ask. Some people may say no, but yeah, I don't make very many films. I remember, it's funny. Someone said the other day the only other person to take 5 years off on his own accord willingly was Daniel Day-Lewis, and I think he was making shoes, right? Yeah, he was making shoes in Florence. So I was making shoes in another way. I was touring, and I made a film in December called Dallas Buyers Club, where I played a transsexual woman. I lost a lot of weight, got down about 116 pounds, but it was an interesting way to return to films And I think that it's going to be a pretty important role for me in terms of my career. I think it was some magic happened on the set. I feel pretty lucky to be able to spend most of my life making music and then still continue to make films when there are interesting films that come along. I'd like to make an Italian film. I love this film, Gomorrah. What a fabulous film and great performances. Wonderful actors in that film.
You are the love of my life, the darkness, the light. This is a portrait of a tortured you and I. Is this the end?
The new video for 30 Seconds to Mars, it features the U.S. Female Olympic gymnasts. It features Dita Von Teese, the famous artist Damien Hirst. Let us borrow some artwork, and his work is heavily featured in this little film as well. And it was a labor of love. Took about 5 months to make, and just came out a couple of days ago. I think Damien Hirst is a provocateur. He's a maverick. He's a leader, and I've been really inspired by his art. So it was wonderful and an honor to have him grace the cover of our CD and be a part of the video as well. In the video, we actually we had some of his artwork on set, but we also created the largest Damien Hirst spot painting in the world.
Amor, страсть, сын, rêve.
Take no more. Take no more. Take no more.
I've always been interested in visual art, and you know, I was a bit of a bad kid when I was very young. I remember I always wanted to be either an artist or maybe I shouldn't say this, but we could keep a secret. I thought I would either sell drugs or make art, but you know, between them. But the wonderful thing about what I do is I get to make things and share it with the world. That's an incredible gift. I grew up very, very poor. I was born in Louisiana, and to a single mother who was 18 years old, had 2 kids, you know, pregnant the first time, I think she was 17, just turned 17 probably. You know, high school dropout. So all of this is, these are minor miracles for my brother and I. Not so minor. So we had a very tumultuous childhood and adolescence, and you know, my brother and I are lucky we're not in jail, to tell you the truth, honestly. And you know, most of our family, you either went to military or you went to prison, you know, so sometimes both. That was the escape. But you know, I think I'm one of the few people in my family actually graduate from high school. We're just spilling all the beans today, huh? I'd like to make a really ambient record, a record that's not, I mean, some of the songs in this album, whether it's Bright Lights, Big City or Conquistador, you know, or End of All Days, more introspective, quieter songs, not big bombastic rock songs, which I love as well. But I'd like to make an album like, you know, Kid A, like Radiohead, or you know, there's a Pink Floyd album called Metal. I don't know if you guys remember that, but you know, really ambient record like I grew up listening to, or Sigur Rós, or Bjork, or Fever Ray, because that's something that I really enjoy, and I'd like to make a quieter album at one point. And I think that Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams is a transformational record. This has the response we've gotten to the single, to the video, the advanced response to the album is really unlike anything we've ever gotten before. And that's an exciting place to be. At the beginning again.